So for my summer project, I went to Dr. Carmack and I asked her what she had going on, and she told me about this great idea that she had for a way to model the S&P 500 index. And neither of us had tried it before, and she wasn't even 100% sure about how it would go, but we both really liked the idea of it. And we use a process just known as Markov chain analysis, but also with technical analysis mixed in there, which is something else altogether. We ended up writing a lot of code, and ultimately our project was making a simulation that would predict 20 days into the future based on the data that we had collected.
For the past, 15 years, I've just been investing as a hobby and looking at the stock market and stuff from a very non-academic approach. And in teaching some of my courses, I thought, oh, you know what? The way that I've been looking at the stock market, this mathematical concept could be used to forecast and predict prices, and this might be a pretty interesting, cool model. So in all honesty, I've had this project in my back pocket, and I've just been keeping my fingers crossed that I would get a strong, motivated student to come up and ask me and say, hey, what do you have a good project? So this is what happened. I guess during the spring of 2020, Chris came to me and he said, do you have a project? And I said, Chris, you are the student I've been waiting for.
Predicting the stock market is incredibly difficult, and it really can't be done to any degree of certainty that's very concrete. But we definitely thought that there are some aspects of the stock market that are predictable, especially over long periods of time. And that's the philosophy that technical analysis rides on. We looked at different periods of data and assessed different volatility levels and how different volatility levels corresponded to different technical indicators showing us different things. And based on those different results, we were able to create smooth, I would say, predictions about how we would think the stock market is going to go. And like I said, the stock market is not always predictable because it is so volatile. But if we have enough information and the right information, then we can hopefully make some mostly accurate predictions, at least directionally accurate predictions for whether the stock market is going to be going up or down at that time, volatile or otherwise. So the actual results of the program were a huge surprise to me, and I loved seeing the entire process and how it changed from being very uncertain at the beginning to being more and more successful, and then getting to the point where we were. Ultimately, it's not like I can predict the stock market tomorrow now, but what it has shown me is that we were able to construct something that is somewhat respectable. It may not respond, in today's news so well just because of how volatile things are and because of how inflated the market is versus its representation of the economy. However, the model itself does behave how we expected it to behave and does behave in the ways that we wished it to, even though it could be improved.